Fail.
Boom.
Yeah, that's
And
how
we're
you
back.
know. That's how you know. Unspecified V, what's up? So good to see you.
Like a herd of turtles.
Dragon
What's up,
Slayer,
guys?
American
Cody,
Beast
what's
Savage. What is up, everybody?
Boris, Joe, what is up? I know.
So good to see you guys. So good to see you guys. A
Welcome.
bro fist to you guys. Good evening. As
Slam
everything gets
it.
back to normal, it's like, not really.
I'm like normal. That's
Right.
cute.
Yeah. Normal as in like power back on, gas is at the gas station.
Right.
You know, that kind of normal.
Oh man. And then only for other normals to be disrupted.
Yeah.
I.e.
So tonight we have a little bit of a different kind of situation going on. We're going to just be going over like an Unspecified's Instagram, I don't know, whatever, that's it. That's really it.
Just
so
random. We just wanted to say hey.
Yeah, hop on and just kind of review and let you folks know you're not crazy out there and that the chair is against the wall.
We are going to be getting on more. There's so much happening at any given time.
Man, what is up, brother?
What's
Brofist.
up? Oh, what's up, V?
Anyway, forgive me for my nicotine break. All right, so do you guys want to hop back into it? How are y'all doing? What's up?
Yeah, how's everybody feeling? How was your week?
I know, Boris.
We were very, very blessed. Like all around us was destruction. Our area had 150 mile an hour sustained winds. Ugh.
Sustained winds.
I really struggled to get that out. Anyway, and I mean everything. We were very, very fortunate, very blessed. So
yeah, very blessed indeed, man. My son said that when he was praying, he was like asking for a bubble.
A bubble. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It was like a bubble
of protection.
That's funny.
And I was like, man, let's pray for a bubble for our neighbors, our neighborhood, our
Ben, I know. Okay, so Ben brings up La Palma volcano is going crazy. Yes, indeed. So,
indeed. You want to hop into it?
Yes.
Let's hop into it. It's good to see you guys. What's up? So La Palma, indeed. But I don't know. So there's a current theory going on with the La Palma volcanoes and a series or chain of earthquakes that, quote, can't be forecasted. And all I'm saying is the theory is that a portion of, or a large portion of La Palma could fissure and break off into the ocean, causing the east coast of the U.S. To be flooded, per se.
In a tsunami, right? In a tsunami-like effect, which could potentially take really most of the state of Florida.
That's right.
And up to, essentially, I don't remember the foot mark. I think it was like the 300-foot elevation. Let me check back on that.
I thought it was 30 meters.
Right. So of course this has been debunked.
And that's experts.
Right.
And but I rally against the theories with the first person I heard talk about it said that this isn't new. Number one, this is buku theorized with the Craton. I'm sorry, I'm not like versed on this like Dutch and Sense, and I'm not trying to be a Dutch and Sense. I'm just saying.
Right.
Well,
it's still, but so like in my head. Of course it's been debunked, right? They've come back and said that the chances of this happening are so minuscule, but there are no buoys out there that are functioning or have functioned in the last 60 days, I believe.
Right, so only out 25 miles.
To Georgia's bank. So only, they wouldn't say anything until...
or you wouldn't know anything.
See anything until they got to the buoys around Georgia's bank, in which case you've only got an hour or 2 hours from what I'm hearing. Now, the likelihood of that happening, I suppose, are low, but I mean, the volcano is erupting. And
it hasn't stopped for days.
Right, and I heard...
And the volcanoes, I would have been more extensive with this show. I just didn't plan ahead. That the volcanoes are the quakes aren't slowing down.
Right. So
Dragon Slayer says, but would it be enough to flush the DC swamp?
Not sure, but I have mixed feelings.
Cody says, so you're saying there's a chance.
In my head, because I mean, like, think about it. We've been our whole lives. We've been hearing about the one in California and stuff like that. 2011 or what was that? 2012. That movie where there was the big the tidal waves.
That's
in
nothing
New York.
compared to the latest earthquake porn, San Andreas. Have you seen it with The Rock?
It was awesome,
dude. That was some earthquake.
I love CGI. I'm gonna say it. I love CGI. I was okay with Game of Thrones season 8 because of CGI.
I was just gonna bring that up. She's a season 8er, so she's like, yeah, you can trash the story as long as you make the visual effects make up for it. Even though you never mind.
Everybody's like, it just wouldn't happen. I'm like, well, I just saw it happen stunningly, so I don't know. Say what you will.
I have a sister in the mountains. There was an earthquake directly through the earth on the other side of the planet. That's right.
I mean, just swarms of earthquake, literally, which is, expected. But if you don't follow Dutch Incense, I highly suggest you go over to Dutch Incense and take a look at that channel. If this interests you, he's very thorough. He knows a lot.
And it's really going now more than I've seen it in a while.
Yeah, it really is.
Man, some of those chunks are like, we're really underestimating how large that is. And I will say that that's more than one. It'd be worth going to check Dutch Incense. I can't say his channel right.
I know.
Got the little heart logo. That dude, it'd be worth to see what he's saying right now.
I heard he said something about like those chunks are like the size of cars.
Right.
But then of course I've also heard that if in the event of so of course the White House is aware of this. And it's been said to keep quiet.
This is one of those things they wouldn't warn us about because it would cause panic.
But of course, who's gonna, confirm anything like that's being said? So, maybe
I'll just say this. Before the hurricane came, my experience was that the news was like basically ignoring the fact that the storm was coming until a day out.
Yeah.
And then like 48 hours before the storm hit, they push panic, evacuate, get out of here. You got to get out of here, evacuate. Everybody needs to leave. Yep. Yep. So like out of nowhere, it's like y'all caused the traffic jams and the madness when we could have all kind of been like, hey guys, But I get it. Look, I'm not a meteorologist. I don't make these decisions.
You can't shut down the eastern seaboard on a chance. So there is a balance. Panic is a concern that has to be accounted for.
Can we shut this down?
Absolutely. We saw firsthand what people evacuating even after the event had already happened looked like. So obviously panic on this scale would be a huge problem. But there's something to be said for having enough time to, prepare yourself. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. Maybe it's just a volcano erupting, and I'm sure it'll be just fine. But keep an eye on it if you live on the eastern seaboard.
CBS News. Fauci says U.S. may face dark winter, can be avoided if Americans, I can't say that word, to very high degree. Ooh, roll up your sleever. Operation Dark Winter. Operation Dark Winter was the code name for a senior level bioterrorist attack simulation conducted on June 22nd through the 23rd, 2001. Y'all should look into some stuff.
It sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like if you complete the spell in time, everything would be fine. I don't know.
Look.
What was that?
Just memes.
I don't even want it.
Memes.
All the memes.
So, CBS News says, Fauci says, U.S. may face.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, we see stuff like that. That's blah.
Highest degree.
Do you relate with this?
I relate with this so hard.
Adding people you went to high school with on social media. Nah. Adding complete strangers who know that the you-know-what was an inside job.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, 90% of my high school career, apparently just didn't happen. Nobody remembers me. I'm not in any of the group photos, and that's just fine. So I'm like, okay, fine. But then when you find, and then now it's like...
I'm exactly the same way.
Now it's like if you go back and find people that you weren't already connected with before all this division, it's like too many risks. I'd rather just keep my opinion of them high. Let's not talk. We didn't meet in this right social chambers.
So look, I saw this. This is on. You can see the Zulu. I don't know if I can even say that, but this is awesome.
I like a shot of whiskey, and so would my companion. It ain't too much trouble.
Friar, what'll it be, old timer?
But rye will do, provided it gets here quick.
Darn cowboys ought to broom yourselves off before you walk in here. Get all the sand we need without the customers bringing it in.
Now, besides the whiskey, I think will require a little respect. Now, I'm Captain Augustus McCrae. This is Captain Woodrow F. Call. You can see how we looked when we was younger, and the people around here wanted to make us senators. Now, the thing we didn't put up with then was dawdling service. And as you can see, we still don't.
Watch it there. Yeah, just because.
I like a shot of whiskey, and so...
So yeah, I just come across some cool things on Instagram. This is another one that caught my eye. This is actually a French vet using a custom-made mask to cover battle wounds. So the guy on the right is actually, that's a mask.
Wow. Well, they used to do that for people who had like syphilis and stuff.
Really?
Because their noses would decay away.
I didn't know that.
Similar to that.
I didn't know that.
For women, that was not cool. So they had like porcelain noses or whatever, like that.
Right.
Wow, that facial hair is like, they did really
Oh
well.
yeah, it's on point. Yeah, at a glance, you don't know.
No joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's like really old.
That's very ahead of its time. I've seen a picture from like back in Civil War times where this guy had been shot in the head, literally just point blank. He's got a hole in
and he's
his
got
head.
the meanest mug I ever saw.
Well, his face probably don't work.
Ooh.
Anyway, he had a hole in his head and he was still alive and taking pictures and stuff. Oh no, what do you do after that?
Anyway, moving on.
It's an icebreaker.
All right, I saw this and I kind of had to include it, so I hope this isn't too loud.
The county has refused to produce the network routers. We want the routers, Sonny. The county refused to produce the network routers. Wendy, we gotta get those routers, please. Get up! The routers. Come on, Kelly, we can get those routers. Those routers. Wow. If you got those routers, what that will show. And they don't want to give up the routers. They are fighting like hell. Why are these commissioners fighting not to give the routers? How simple could it be? That will tell the truth. And they don't want to give up the routers. What are they trying to hide? And I say it, and I'll say it, because the easiest way of cheating is to throw them away. That's easier. The county has refused to produce the network routers.
That's like an instant epic. I just laughed so hard when I saw that.
Like, you don't have to like Trump to like that beat.
I don't know how that's not funny to... I don't know.
Gets
Is
stuck
it just
in
me?
my head.
Is it just me? I don't know.
I talked to all of maybe 4 people I went to high school with. Right, same here, Dragon. Only person who can identify me from high school is my wife. That is awesome.
I'm the same. Routers. Yeah.
Yeah, unspecified V. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's right.
That's right. That did happen a while back. And wasn't that crazy?
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Under control, you may find legislative bodies taking whole classes of people based upon propensity of conduct. Well, to say, we're going to put you in a certain category. We're going to demand mandatory testing for you.
Let's hear that one more time.
That if we don't get one disease under control, you may find legislative bodies taking whole classes of people based upon propensity of conduct. Well, to say, we're going to put you in a certain category. We're going to demand mandatory testing for you.
Yeah. So, tell me again. What about that? Ripley's Believe It or Not. That was hilarious, man. Man. That's right, Dave the Mace.
That if we don't get one disease under control, you may find legislative bodies.
So he used to be a pretty
taking whole
spry
classes
guy.
of people based upon propensity of conduct.
Yeah,
well, to
crazy.
say, we're
That's the
going
word
to
I was
put you in
thinking.
a certain category. We're going to demand mandatory testing for you.
Yeah, so he used to be pretty spry. How to heal Wow. Oh. Man, it's getting crazy out there, man. So he used to be a pretty spry guy.
Mm-hmm.
The old guy here. That's right, Boris. Oh man, he used to be a pretty spry guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Boris says FJB.
Oh god.
FJB.
I love that meme that was like, "Did you hear my names?" or what was it? Something like, "So pretty neat how my name's being chanted at all the stadiums, huh?"
All right, let's get off of this. So this is OAF Nation. Just somehow or another, I follow them on Instagram. Not sure how or why, but they have some headlines. Blinken says U.S. soon will release new strategy for Indo-Pacific region. So that's something to keep in mind.
Interesting, especially since the Indian Prime Minister was just here.
Gabby Petito's boyfriend charged with using her bank card. Arrest warrant issued.
That's a whole
rabbit
story.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, an entire rabbit hole.
Have y'all gotten into this? I'll be honest, we've kind of avoided it. I read into it a little bit. It sounds very, very tragic. But
Sorry, I was just trying to catch up with chat. Sounds very tragic. At the moment, I asked about it. I was like praying. I asked about it, and there were other things to pay attention to.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't have any sympathy or empathy or whatever, you know. But I saw it and I was like, oh man, I know if I look into that, it's gonna make me
upset.
Yeah, and I gotta.
Well, hopefully her family will get some peace.
U.S. fallout over Kabul drone strike grows with plans for multiple probes. Okay. 40 medical lung imagery sheds more light on long COVID effects. I shouldn't have said that, but it doesn't matter. Okay. U.S., Lithuania, keep close watch on Russia, Belarus, training center, general says. Okay, so just tensions is all I'm trying to say. Tensions in multiple places. This is funny, I thought. NHL expects full capacity in 30 of 32 arenas.
That absolutely makes sense to me because more so even than football, hockey is a very physical sport.
COVID can't survive the cold, eh?
Oh yeah, well that too. But I think people are just wanting to see somebody slammed up against the wall.
I just want to see somebody smash them.
I want a first row ticket with plexiglass as my only different from seeing this guy's nose break, you know?
Let me see here. FARC dissidents say they carried out Colombia bombing. Target was U.S. advisors. Just saying.
Can I add one more hockey joke?
Yes.
I would say that hockey people rival the public image of Cajuns as far as how many teeth are missing.
Ooh, was that a burn?
Well, it was a PC, therefore very watered down burn. But yes, indeed. Thank you for noticing.
I thought we could watch this and observe China's crumbling infrastructure, and also take note the amount of. Is that rebar?
More like retwig.
That's not rebar. That is some weak rebar.
No, it's like.
Take note of the hurricanes as well, man. Now look, this should not be this easy to fool with. I don't know if you guys are able to see this very well.
Somebody didn't mix that right. Wrong consistency there.
I think that's what slave labor gets you. People who don't really care or want to build for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible.
So they're constantly and so there's also earthquakes. So when you don't build stuff so good, you know.
Wow. There was that one video of the like 14 of those mega structures being demolished.
Good labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor isn't good, but forced labor is an entire other phenomena.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Oh, snap. He just kicked one. It ripped them all. Because it was cheaply done. It's faux. It's fake. It's made to look like a city. It's not really cities. It's fake. It's like a set.
Whoa.
everything's built so cheap it looks fake. Anyway, I guess that's enough of that one.
No! Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's terrifying. What possible?
Super high bridges. Oh my gosh, I worry about that every time I get on a bridge. Big girl problems. That's horrifying.
All right. You know your homeschooled child will not fit in. That's the point. No, yeah, I don't know. Take that what you will. I like that. This was
That I
interesting.
might not be able to discuss my personal life at work. Imagine my surprise when I was taking my oath at CIA and I noticed a rainbow on then-Director Brennan's lanyard, which I later learned was designed by Angle, one of the many employee resource groups here at the agency. I remember being stunned. Since then, however, I've learned that far beyond the resource groups, inclusion is a core value here. Officers from the top down work hard to ensure that every single person, whatever their gender, gender identity, race, disability, or sexual orientation, can bring their entire self to work every day.
Moving
Small
on.
southern town, I was lucky to have a wonderful and
Don't
accepting
want to say much about that, huh? No, I get it. I get it. Look how funny this is.
President, I got back a day ago from Walter Reed Medical Center. I went in, I wasn't feeling so hot, and within a very short period of time, they gave me Regeneron. A short 24 hours later, I was feeling great, and that's what I want for everybody. If you're in the hospital and you're feeling really bad, Regeneron. We have hundreds of thousands of doses that are just about ready. You're going to get better. You're going to get better really fast. Regeneron. Because I feel great. I feel like perfect. I want to get for you what I got. Regeneron. And you'll see some amazing things happen. You're going to get better. You're going to get better fast, just like I did. It's your favorite president. I got back a day ago from...
Anyway. So this reminds me, actually.
Oh my gosh, another grocery store?
So there's been a shooting in Tennessee near Memphis. And this was really close to a friend of mine, Real World Prepper, over on the YouTube, here on the YouTube. And I don't know. I just, I think, we need to be praying. Prayer warriors need to be praying against all these, would-be actors or...
hey, is that your boy from the CIA commercial?
Oh, that's funny. That's real funny. Anyway, guys, head over to Real World Prepper and show him some love. That guy's got some really good information and just some good counsel, if you know what I mean. For those who are real, you know what I'm saying. And just give him some support, you know what I'm saying. And speaking of support, actually, somebody reached out via email, and they're in a somewhat situation.
Really? Yeah.
And
yes.
we're wondering if, the Unspecified crew could help out, and I would just ask, and all I can do is drop his info,
right,
and pray that if it be the Lord's will that somebody will help out.
Yep. Up in Michigan, in a tough spot, unemployment's hit really hard. They've had a lot of shortages, and him and his wife and family and daughter need some help. And so if you feel like if you're in a position that you can help out,
if you feel like you're in a position where you think you can help, that would be great. This family would really appreciate it. We'd like to lift up other brothers and sisters in Christ, and also just anyone that reaches out for help. I'd like to help.
From what it sounds like, it's not just hey, we want some cushion. It's this is it. This is the last job before things get really, really bad. So if you're able to,
can you drop it in the chat?
Yes, absolutely.
Tiff's going to drop that in the chat, and for those of you who would be so good as to give, that would be awesome, guys.
Yes. Give me just a second here.
Tiff's grabbing the info, but no rush on that. So it was funny because Real World Prepper put out a video right after this shooting here in Tennessee. On the video, right after that happened, so he says, this is crazy, check this out. Talking about, just I'll get to it in a second. Basically his wife and his mom or his wife and someone else. I thought it was his mother. You'll have to go to his channel to hear the story. Pull up in the very Kroger parking lot that this shooting happens in, and then for some reason feel like they need to go get some Subway, so they go and get some subs.
I can relate.
And so, in my comment, I commented, I was like, man, I don't remember to what extent I said, but I was like, stay strong. I know God has us, and I know He has us because He's always working in our lives in mysterious ways. Like, for some reason, your very loved ones go to this store where this dangerous thing happened, and for some reason, mysteriously, they go somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, yeah.
Well, amen. I'm so thankful that they were protected, and that, he gave the information as well.
So, Tiff just dropped that link.
Yes.
If you guys feel it laid on your heart, you feel like you can, if you can.
Right.
I'm not trying to push anything. Just,
Times are tough for everybody.
Someone asked for help, and I'm just trying to extend that with what ability I have.
Right.
If that makes any sense. So, much love to you guys, and thank you so much for anyone that does help. I love you. And anyway, let's listen to this. So, let's hear what this situation's about. This is near Memphis.
Are with those family members. We had, like I said, we had 13 victims that we know of at this time. Now, please bear with me and know that this situation is probably going to change. And this time, the shooter is deceased. We believe that's going to be from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We have 13 victims. Our hearts go out to those that were injured. We do have one fatality, and our thoughts and prayers are with those family members. We had, like I said, we had 13 victims that we know of at this time. Now, please bear with me and know that this situation is probably going to change. And we'll.
All right. So, deceased, probably self-inflicted, and that's awful, disgusting. I think that this is just.
This is
but
in Tennessee,
we need to take note here, guys, and see this tragic, terrible thing for what it is. And now, as I'm a Second Amendment proponent, or I'm a proponent for, or whatever. I'm a promoter of the Second Amendment, and I believe that you do have a natural or God-given right to self-protection.
Yes.
And now more than ever, that we should be vigilant. And I'm not asking you to be a sheepdog or the tactical dude with a bunch of guns hanging on him or something like that. But for the men who can hear me, or for the women who can hear me, who are able and capable, and maybe, take that up upon yourself. We don't need to wonder if God wants us to serve. You know what I mean? And if anything I can do when I'm out, if I can serve as a protective measure for others, not just my little girl or my wife or my son, but for everybody else around me.
Do you remember that guy? There was the church shooting in Texas, and the guy said that it was like something came over him. And
that's right.
And he
he nailed the guy.
Yeah, I have trouble distinguishing because there was two.
There are two Texas church shootings, and one where the guy learned a lesson about, he kept his AR in a safe with the magazines in another area, with the ammunition in another area. Right. So he lives in a neighborhood near the church shooting, and so he's hearing the shots rap out. This shooter, the first story we're talking about, this guy, I think he gets everybody. He shoots everybody in the church from the outside.
Yeah.
And by the time the guy gets his magazine and loads, I think 10, 15 rounds, and he gets out there, he does nail the guy before he can get away. Okay.
Right.
And then immediately runs to the nearest F-250 that he sees just sitting at the stop sign.
The guy stops
and he says, "Follow him."
Right.
And now this guy's been mortally wounded. This mercenary, or this actor, whoever this evil person is who just shot up a church, he's wounded, and he's driving. He's trying to get away. He's acting sporadic. He actually, I believe, was an Air Force vet or something like that, or something like that. Anyway. So he holds his rifle on him, and the cops get there because this guy's pulled off on the side of the road, and he's holding his rifle on him, and the cops say, "Put down your gun," and he lays his rifle down, and the cops say, "Not you."
Yeah, I remember that.
And so he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll pick my rifle back up."
But the other guy said that like something came over him and he just
That's
got
right.
a calmness.
This is the other guy we're talking about. Story 2, another church shooting where unfortunately the guy in a trench coat and a wig with a hat on, acting all sketchy, demonic, all, he's acting all weird. He does have a sawed-off shotgun in his jacket and eventually stands up to try to use it. He gets one shot off that nails 2 people, and this dude, all in one motion, goes for the gun, gets it out the holster, gets it on target, and dome shots the guy from across the church.
Yep.
Okay? Yep. And anyway, so, I mean, dude,
yeah.
that's why you want to train and practice so that you can be a useful tool if God needs you to be. You know what I mean? So if you don't practice that muscle memory, it's not there to be a useful tool.
Right.
So that's why I'm another proponent for training. You know what I mean?
This all makes me think of Book of Elijah. What, or is that it? Chronicles of... What's that movie that you just had me watch? The Denzel Washington. Book of Eli.
Yeah. Dragon Slayer asked a question, Unspecified Podcast and Review. Whatever came of the suspicious explosion from the holidays last year in Tennessee or Kentucky, it was Tennessee, outside of an AT&T building from an RV is what he's talking about. I reviewed that footage. I would say it's some maybe FF deep state stuff, or false F, you know what I mean? It probably could have been an extremist or, someone who had been radicalized or something like that. I don't know, actually. That's what I would say is I don't know what came of that other than to think it was some attack on AT&T in some way or something.
Was that the one that was right after the election?
Or just before. Or either just after or just before, something like that.
Wasn't there something about the Dominion? I don't know. I don't remember. I'll have to
look
into
it may have been something about the votes. I don't know.
Weren't they like being held there? So I don't remember. I'll have to look it up because, shoot, so much has happened.
All right, switching gears. Okay, I applaud this woman.
Yeah. Normalizing.
Affecting the next generation.
Look at the imagery.
Yeah.
I don't know, for kids to be looking at this, is that okay?
No, it's not. It's wrong.
This is propaganda.
Yeah.
This is
Normalizing.
It's affecting the next generation.
Yeah.
I don't know why, no one sees this.
No.
This is disgusting.
Because TV told them not to get upset and wear the mask. We're going over there. Let's go to the back. I mean, serious. We're in the worst, actually.
There's one over here. It's like
look at that.
It's like a three-way.
See that kind of stuff like that.
That's pretty good. Look at this one. Romantic.
I wouldn't even call that ads.
Look at this, everyone.
Promoting pansexual during a pandemic. Man. Do your research on who Pan is.
Divide and conquer. That's what the Chinese want. They're trying to divide and conquer us. The government is against us, and you guys don't see it. You guys think that you take a vaccine and this is going to go away? It's never going to go away.
That's right.
So we, the people, say we don't want this anymore.
Thank you.
100% correct. Listen to what she says.
You know, babe, nicely done.
Listen right here.
Divide and conquer. That's what the Chinese want. They're trying to divide and conquer us. The government is against us, and you guys don't see it. You guys think that you take a vaccine and this is going to go away? It's never going to go away. So we, the people, say we don't want this anymore.
Thank you.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Okay.
Yeah. Golly, that tongue thing is freaky. I don't like that. Too much weirdness.
Hero
Creepy.
or vandal? Viral video shows an unidentified woman on a New York City subway tearing down OkCupid ads promoting debauchery, promiscuity, and abortion. Seriously, I don't know if I have all the info here.
Keep going. I think some of the pictures had like, or one of them had like all the different
I'll try.
Something like it's okay to only date people who are pro-choice, and it's okay to.
Yeah, I don't have all that, but I wish I did.
I don't remember, but it's all these, like.
What do the comments say? Based, hero. We need more people like
She's
her,
spot
hero.
on. That's right.
Yeah, she's right, man.
Yep.
She's right.
Will be the yeah. That guy. That's for sure. Well, not for sure.
I
but
mean, I
it's
knew there was
certainly
something
within the realm of possibility. Sorry.
Something was wrong. I could tell every time I saw imagery from China, all growing up, all the masks.
Mm-hmm.
I knew there was like, man, I would be like, it would be terrible to have to wear that.
Right.
I can remember thinking that. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about that.
It's funny because I don't know. So I saw an article today about BP is rationing petrol in the UK. And anyway, and it's not because there's a shortage of fuel, it's because there's a shortage of drivers to deliver the fuel. And so they have to ration people to make sure what they have lasts, right? And I don't know, it just made me think of like World War II. And I don't know, and then it reminded me of a conversation I had once where I was comparing today's times to, World War II times.
Right.
And my dad was like, well, that was a long time ago. And I remember thinking, and do you think that things have gotten more trustworthy since then?
Well, that's just a general question. Do you actually think things are getting better?
No. Yeah, no.
That's like one of the laws of thermonuclear dynamics is
Right.
that things tend towards always getting worse.
Right. Oh yeah, sober life.
I wanted to say, what's up, Quiet Girl, Sober Life. Yes, I wish I had more on Australia to show because I've been watching videos just today.
Oh yeah.
About I'm sure you've seen it with one of the protesters. I don't know if you know, there's massive warlike protesting going on in Australia, and there was a conversation between a protester and a cop today. And basically the cop, to get this guy to shut up, said, look, at the end of the day, I agree with you.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then they all freak out on him because they're basically like, oh, you're disgusting. So you know that this
right.
is...
You agree that this is... So why are you
so
doing this?
So you prefer... You got to do what you got to do. You got to get the paycheck. You got to get that paycheck. Okay?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. And anyway. That's
How
right.
warlike-
Tribulation is right, James.
Warlike in the sense of, well... I don't know how many wars we've known where only one side was allowed to be armed.
Or could be.
Right.
Can
you imagine the revolution?
There have been. If you knew about the Aborigine in Australia, and if you knew about the Native American here, I mean, everybody knows about that stuff. Look, I sound like a lefty. Y'all gonna start calling me a lefty? Look, I'm trying to tell you, I'm unspecified. I'm not even on the fence. I'm looking at it from another perspective. Totally. I'm not even in your political spectrum. You know what I mean? Let's look here.
Is he trying again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to 100% try.
Yeah.
He's probably going to win.
You think so?
How is Joe Biden going to win? How is it possible that he's going to beat anybody? After you've seen him speak, after you've seen the decay and the decline, how is it possible?
It's not very inspiring.
They've done a terrible job. The Democrats fucked up royally by making that guy the president. That's probably what Trump wanted too.
Is he trying again?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to 100% try.
Yeah.
He's probably going to win.
You think so?
How is Joe Biden going to win? How is it possible that he's going to beat anybody? After you've seen him speak, after you've seen the decay and the decline, how is it possible?
It's not very inspiring.
Yeah, so the elite, the upper class don't really like him so much right now. Clearly.
Right.
But he floats in and out of that. I'm not fooled. I know that he's probably a good guy, but that doesn't mean that good guys can't be sold out.
Right.
Or it doesn't mean that sold out people can't look like good people for a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, I thought we would leave.
So, like, for example, with the school mask mandates, and some of the states are, they're only rejecting the federal mandate because they weren't the ones that got to place them. It wasn't a state mandate. LOL. No. Is this for real? Oh gosh. Moving on.
I got nothing to move on to.
Whoa, that chair though.
Yeah. So, in closing, guys, thank you so much for clicking on the video and hanging out with us. I'm sorry that we've been on more of a pop-up schedule than more of a rigid schedule.
We'll get more consistent.
Trying to hammer that out.
I'm going to drop this link in here one more time.
And this is to help out Anthony and his family. He's reached out for help.
They are in a rough way. They're about to lose their housing situation, which even that is only basis. They don't need a lot. They need a little bit of help right now. And if we could rally around them and try to lift them up and you know, if you're able to be this working hand for God,
amen.
Then
that's right.
Awesome.
That's right. So, hey guys, I guess with that, I just leave you and say I love you guys and thank you so much for hanging out with us. And hope we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, soon.
Be looking out for that notification if the notifications work.
Right.
You know
Maybe
how that is.
Or not. You know, just check in. Whatever.
You know how it is. We show up and show out. That's right. That's right. I wish I had that Trump song. I wish I could leave off on the Trump one.
Boris, we were gonna stream during the hurricane, but we lost power so quick. It just wasn't happening. But we did try to record, you know, a bit. But of course, when it made landfall, it was dark and terrible.
All right, we're gonna leave out on this.
Yes.
The county refused to produce the network routers. Wendy, we gotta get those routers, please. Get up! Routers. Come on.
Routers. Those routers.
Amen, James. Yes.
What that will show. And they don't want to give up the routers. They are fighting like hell.
Anyway,
Why are these
hey, we love you guys.
commissioners
Thank you so
fighting?
much for hanging out with us. We'll see you again on the next one.